In the Star Seekers, Beomgyu is an omniscient figure. The Eternally video is where his role as the omniscient figure is explicitly displayed. The Eternally MV shows us endless shots of Beomgyu taking videos on his phone, which suggests Beomgyu is keeping an eye on the members. But the reason for Beomgyu's suspicion is not made clear. Beomgyu's phone is interesting as his phone reveals the thorns coming out of Beomgyu's back. Thus it is clear Beomgyu's phone captures more than the naked eye can see. Beomgyu early on in the Eternally MV only records the members, suggesting he is wary of them. However, as the video progresses, Beomgyu's phone also captures his past or future self looking villainous. Consequently, the Eternally MV suggests he is also wary of his shortcomings or can see into the future. It is safe to say the Doom's Night animation was released ahead of TXT's comeback to further the Star Seekers storyline. Consequently, I found it interesting how the Can't You See Me choreography was featured. The Can't You See Me choreography is important to the Star Seekers storyline as it reveals Subin and Taehyun as the liars. Although Can't You See Me exposed Subin and Taehyun as liars, there was no clarification on what that lie might be. However, the Doom's Night vaguely revealed what Taehyun and Subin might be concealing. This is because subsequently, to the Can't You See Me choreography being featured, the boys are attacked by anonymous figures. Some most debated the anonymous figures are none other than Subin and Taehyun. The driving force for this theory is Taehyun's blue hour concept outfit matching the anonymous figures' outfits. Linking Subin and Taehyun back to Beomgyu, it is clear Beomgyu is aware the two are capable of destruction. For instance, in the Eternally MV Beomgyu records Subin the most, implying he is monitoring him. Beomgyu also attacks Taehyun in the Can't You See Me MV. In the scene Beomgyu is attacking Taehyun, Beomgyu ironically has lover on his top. His top is also baby blue, which connotes innocence and purity. It could be argued his top symbolizes how Taehyun sees Beomgyu, but Beomgyu action and the scene turning red symbolizes Beomgyu true self. I feel it is important to emphasize although Beomgyu is all-knowing, it does not make him innocent. Beomgyu may use his knowledge for good or bad. Besides the Eternally MV, the Doom's Night animation solidifies the importance of Beomgyu's phone. For example, in the section named True Names, Beomgyu captures photos of the boys, and the quote, "We didn't know then that there was a world beyond what our eyes could see" is displayed. The phrase "beyond what our eyes can see" furthers that Beomgyu's phone is like his third eye. The scene name being True Names follows the narrative that Beomgyu's phone can reveal characteristic only visible in the digital world. Therefore, Beomgyu's phone is an important character and may reappear in the Chaos chapter. At the beginning of the video, I said Beomgyu is self-aware and differs from the four members. This is because Beomgyu is capable of seeing situations from a different perspective, whereas the four-member have a one-dimensional take on life. The Eternally music video shows Subin bumping into younger Hooningkaes, Taehyun calling out for Yeonjun and Hooningkaes crossing over to reunite with the boys. Subin, Taehyun, Yeonjun and Hooningkaes storylines rely heavily on each other. However, Beomgyu tends to show the longing for self-discovery even if his reality may be ugly. For instance, Beomgyu is surrounded by mirrors suggesting he is trying to face his true self. However, Yeonjun's character continues to run from his reality in the hope of changing his fate. Beomgyu also seems to understand constantly relying on your friends can prevent character growth. For example, the beginning portion of the drama MV shows the boys' friendship is wholesome and dreamlike, but the facade fades once Beomgyu falls, and the boys do not pick him up. The scene is eerie as the distance between the boys becomes apparent to Beomgyu, yet the other members remain oblivious. The four members failing to pick up Beomgyu foregrounds, Beomgyu can only save himself. The scene also mirrors Beomgyu 2 photo cards. Beomgyu first photocard states, "We shouldn't give up hope because we have a chance to make a change." His second card states, "Nothing will lighten my shoulders more than the fact that we are together." Lastly, his magic photocard states, "When the moment of crucial decision comes, everyone is on their own." Beomgyu's change in tone suggests he will become selfish rather than unconditionally support his friends. Beomgyu's new perspective may cause him to take risks at the expense of the boys' friendship. Similarly to Beomgyu being a spectator in the drama MV, Beomgyu is shown outside of the fantasy world in Blue Hour. The world shown in Blue Hour is not reality as the boys are shown flying, and birds putting on Hooningkae's coat. The set of the MV could also be a personification of the boys' imagination. For instance, the lyrics state, "We're beautiful because of imagination." Therefore, it could be said the boys created a world in their head to escape reality. Although the lyrics "because of imagination" and "before the orange glowing magic in the sky comes to an end" implies the boys know they will inevitably face reality. It seems Beomgyu is the only one who made it out. Beomgyu being the only member to make it back to reality furthers my theory of Beomgyu being all-knowing. Moreover, Beomgyu stepping over Subin's book symbolizes Beomgyu's move into the Chaos chapter. The notion that Beomgyu is one step ahead is also a common theme in the Eternally MV. This is because I feel Beomgyu was following a different storyline from the boys. For example, Subin, Yeonjun, Taehyun and Hooningkae's stories feature each other or intertwine. But Beomgyu is looking in on himself, arguing with two anonymous men to protect Subin's book. The book appears at the beginning of the video as Subin attempts to hand it to Yeonjun. Yeonjun's fate in the Star Seekers seems to be death, and the boys are trying to change Yeonjun's fate. The book seems important in saving Yeonjun. This is because Subin runs to hand Yeonjun the book. But it seems to be too late. The book appearing at the beginning of the video creates confusion about Beomgyu's intent, as it is not clear if he is trying to keep the book to himself or trying to protect it for Yeonjun. Lastly, the Chaos Chapter concept photos for World was released and Beomgyu was wearing a crown. I believe Beomgyu's crown suggests two things. 1. He has overcome his pain, or 2. Beomgyu has sacrificed something important to gain elite status. The theory of sacrifice stems from the crown resembling the flowers on Yeonjun's dead body in Eternally. In conclusion, I feel the Chaos Chapter will do as it says and bring out the worst in Beomgyu. 1% of me feels Beomgyu may save the members. However, based on my analysis, Beomgyu character development is leaning towards a darker route. After all, in Eternally, Beomgyu does say he wants to end this world, and he may do so.